Bourne's car and equipment was air freighted to Brisbane. 6 months out of the driver's seat, the only drama.
The car will obviously be nice to drive again as long as we've got the boogie and we've got everything else working and I'm driving properly. I think we're going to be hard to beat.
Bourne's return has brought a new urgency to the Super Series. Neil Bates now faced aggressive competition in round 2.
It gives us something to aim for and work towards, and beating Possum is a lot more satisfying than if he wasn't here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Like Bates' Toyota Celica, Bourne's car is a brand new shell, tight and light. It's based on the World Championship-winning ProDrive Subaru WRX. In effect, the Australian Rally Super Series now has 2 world-class cars at the head of the field.
Short 3 right and left, 1, 2 right. Narrows to curbs, 5 left over finish. Go.
Left 4, right 3, left 3.5 onto grass.
On the first special stage, the half-kilometre Kawana car park, the 2 combatants are tied. A time of 28 seconds each sets the day's agenda. The big surprise, however, that hard-charging Michael Guest in the production class Mitsubishi, equaling the 2 outright cars. It's the fastest time ever for a Group N car on the stage. Tyre choice is critical and diverse. The top 6 cars at Kawana are on 6 different makes of rubber. Bates on Dunlop, Bourne on Pirelli, Guest on Bridgestone. 1 second back, Ed Ordinsky is on Yokohamas, Marty Beckton on the hard compound Falcon tyres, and privateer Graham Vaughan is starting on hand-cut Michelins. Torrential rain in Queensland in the week preceding the Falcon Tyres rally forced the cancellation of the longest stage in the event, the 21-kilometre U-Traverse. As the 70-strong field left rally headquarters, the Oasis Resort at Caloundra, fast drying conditions were making roads quick and treacherous. Without the security of four-wheel drive, competitors in the front-wheel drive Formula 2 class were wary of the conditions.
The four-wheel drives get good traction in the soft, greasy roads, but the weather's drying out. With a bit of luck, the roads will be ideal.
Resort owner, rugby league legend Norm Proven summed up the feeling of most onlookers.
You can see these boys compete here, and up on those roads they drive on, I reckon they put their life on the line. I don't know about the spectators, but I wouldn't do that for $1 million.
Stage 1 over. The cars travel an hour's drive northwest to the hinterland town of Imbil and the event's forest stages. It was to be a titanic struggle. The Group A machines of Neil Bates and Possum Bourne blasted through the opening forest stage breakneck.
And 3-4 right over crest and crossing. 100 past finish.
Bourne scored his first stage win, just 4 seconds clear of Bates. In the production class, Michael Guest electrifying, taking stage 2, 7 seconds ahead of fellow Mitsubishi Lancer driver Ed Ordinsky. But his car wasn't to go any further. Engine problems not only ending his Heat 1 hopes, but also the entire rally.
You can't change engines in the rules the way they are, and we'd have to strip the whole engine down, and then you'd have to... They're a pretty fine-tuned sort of piece of gear. It's not something you can just slap together and hope it hangs in there. So, no, we're better to pull out and count this as the round that we don't score any points in and then try again in Coffs.
The roads treacherous, hard-packed on top and soft underneath. Greg Graham rolled his Impreza, as did Lancer driver Graham Vaughan.
It was just a tight corner, just a little hairpin, and unfortunately we just backed it in sideways, and the amount of traction the car was getting, there must have just been a little lip there and just popped onto its roof, unfortunately.
Special Stage 3. Mitch Ernst proved a challenge. Marty Beckton lost 12 minutes after a puncture, handing the production class on a plate to Ordinsky. And Formula 2 series leader Ross McKenzie lost more than a minute for the same reason.
It's almost impossible to drive on a rim like this. You've got, the wheel might as well not be there. You can just keep turning the wheel, and the car won't turn in the corner. The only way we can get around left-handers is just keep pulling the handbrake on and try and get around.
Possum Bourne was having problems as well. His new car running wide after the engine skipped a beat.
Flicked it into the corner and then put the foot on the gas, nothing there. So it's sort of sliding, and then finally it got a bit of grip and away we went.
Whoop. 4-5 right tightens to 3-4 right over crest.
Anyone, Neil Bates at Coratano in the Salika GT4.
Neil Bates grabbed 3 seconds back. Things appeared to be going well. That was until...
Drop power. Into long right 5.
Got no pull at all.
Clef, how bad do you think it is?
It's done a turbo or something. Towards the end of the long stage, it was losing power, and then at the start of the last stage, it went fine for a couple of K or so, and now it's lost power again. So the inlet temperature is getting way too hot, and it's just losing power and demapping itself.
The problem cost the Toyota team 13 seconds, too much in such tight competition. 4 drivers each had stage wins in the F2 class. Dean Herridge's Hyundai won stage 1, then stopped with electrical failure. Although his Honda Civic was working well enough to win 2 stages, Brett Middleton's intercom was not. Co-driver Linda Long using sign language to call the corners in the Woodbird section.
Left 5 short. Left 5 through dip. Right. Crest. Immediate left 5. Left 5.
Suddenly, the shoestring Nissan Sunny entry of Lee Peterson was in contention, taking 2 stage wins. In the Big Banger Aussie class, the usually dominant Ford Falcon of Steve Winwood under threat from local expert Peter Mapstone. A huge battle saw the pair tie 2 stages. Winwood won 2, but Mapstone 3 to claim the day. Up front, Neil Bates was on a charge. 2 stages out, he took 3 seconds off Possum Bourne's lead, but Bourne fought back. They tied the high-speed final section, both on maximum attack. Bourne and co-driver Craig Vincent were to give the Subaru a first-up victory by just 13 seconds.
80. 4 left worm blip.
We had a few little problems that were paybacks from no testing, but basically it wasn't a big problem, and we were able to have a really good day and win.
The smooth style of Ed Ordinsky paid off. The real race was behind the South Australian. Paul Kennedy led John Long by 11 seconds, but the Queenslander swamped his car in a creek crossing on the final Forest Drive stage, and Long finished 7 seconds ahead in 2nd place. Formula 2 went Lee Peterson's way. Along with Zara White, it was a great result for the privateers.
Oh, absolutely wrapped. I mean, it's been a real battle for us to even get here. As you can see, we're not showing any major sponsors or anything because we're doing it the hard way at the moment. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Les Walkden rally team allowing my trailer to hang off the back of their truck. And this is hopefully the sort of turnaround we need to show that we can come up with the goods.
The Tasmanian driver had beaten Brett Middleton by 14 seconds, but a staging error had cost the Honda Civic team a 15-second time penalty.
It was my personal mistake, and this means a lot to us. And, you know, we are here to enjoy ourselves, that's the main thing. But when we're riding for a championship, this is a big error. This is a big error.
In the Oasis Resort service area, Possum Bourne's Subaru team works with the precision of a World Rally Championship crew. First, they service his car. Then, they wheel in teammate Greg Graham's production wreckage from his Stage 3 rollover. Graham's injuries are a result of a mountain bike accident, not the rally crash.
Well, we sat on 2 wheels and just sat there like that, and I looked out the window and I was going to push, and I went to do it again, and then Glenn told me, don't do that, you'll break your bloody arm.
Incredibly, 5 hours later, the Subaru is ready for day 2. The conditions claimed 16 teams on day 1. More than half would qualify to restart the next day.